try today to explore three new free system we are currently using at LEU, and I think it's good to know about, and I think it will be much used in our situation during COVID. And this is why I wanted to share with you the three system. So I will be talking fast. You cannot stop me unless there is the question and answer section. It will be a 4 minutes presentation for each software. It will be very short. So we will have a question and answer section at the end of each system. I will start this is our agenda. I will start by the seat reservation system, the one-to-one consultation, textbook exchange, small group discussion, and we'll have a debrief. And later on, we will have to build our contact list. I will start by the library seat reservation. This is very important for us because during pandemic, we couldn't afford to have all our students coming to campus. So we have limited seats and we needed something to control this free of charge. I will be talking about overview of the system functionality, and the question and answers. The system specification, the most important thing, it's free, can accommodate unlimited number of seats. This is very important because we can go up and down with our seating, and it is customizable, and it is online. It's online, it's hosted. The system is called Picktime. You can go to www.picktime.com. You can check this website. This is very, very user-friendly. You can see now the main screen we have prepared for LEU. You can generate a welcome message. We have put in the welcome message safety guidelines. You can put anything in the welcome message. You can customize the font, the color by using some HTML techniques. It's very easy. So this is the session. You can customize the link you are using for. In our case, it is www.picktime.com/LEU libraries. You can put, for example, LEU libraries, seat reservation, etc., etc. Anything you want. It's customizable. And this is the guideline I was talking about. This is the main screen of the system. We go to next screen. You can select by location. You all know that we have two locations, one in Beirut and one in Byblos. So you can select the location you want, and you go directly to this screen. You can later on, after selecting the location, you can go and select the date. As you can see, we have date, time, and availability in the same screen. You don't need to go to each slot and check if it is available or not. This is very helpful. You directly go to any of the slots from this screen, checking the time, the date, and the availability. For example, I had chosen 5th of November. When I click there, I go to fill the information. As you can see here, we have the first part of the information. You have to fill your first, last name, ID number, mobile, email, etc., etc. All of these fields are customizable. You can put them as mandatory or optional. It's easy. It is just a click. And as per recommendation from our health committee, we were obliged to add these questions like a survey to ask our student whether they have contact with COVID-19 person, they traveled, etc., etc. These questions are customizable also, and you just click on, and we also put a disclaimer that we consider that these questions that LU is not responsible, etc., etc. The disclaimer thing. And then you can choose anything you want. You can put any sentence you want. And at the end, you go to book appointment. The student will just book you the appointment, and voila, we are done. An automatic email will be sent to the student telling him that you have made a reservation, the location of the reservation, the time of the reservation, and if he wants to contact us, he can contact us using this number. The first question you will be asking me, can we customize the screen or customize this email? In fact, I have contacted the Picktime support. They told me that this will be in the next release. So currently, this is fixed. We cannot control. This is the default email sent to all. Later on, we can customize accordingly. This email is sent to this student. The next email is sent to the librarian. Our librarian here, for example, was named Study Area in Beirut. Your session with Omar Farhoud has been scheduled. Here are the details. The librarian will receive this email. For example, he can put it. By the way, they can link Picktime to any calendar. It's free. They can link it to Outlook. They can link it to Gmail, contact, etc., etc. So this is easy, and automatically the session will be populated in the email, in the Outlook, in the appointments. So this is very, very simple, very straight to the point. The name, the time. And one thing I noticed while working with Picktime, the best thing to do is to use Microsoft Edge while using Picktime for librarian admins, not for students. It will be much faster using Microsoft Edge. This is just a remark. So for me, this is the first system. It's very short. If you need details about configuration, you can contact me. It's very easy. And you will see that you can go browse, create an account, go inside Picktime, customize. Anyone can do it. You don't need any expertise, any technicalities. It's very easy. So I will leave the floor for any question now. We have 2-3 minutes for questions, please.
Hi, Omar. Hi.
Yes, Fatma.
Is it open source?
It's free.
Yeah, so it's not from Spring, because SpringShare has
yes,
product.
SpringShare. They have lib answers and lib chat. This is.
So they have seat reservation.
They have the lib call
yes.
seat reservation.
They have seat reservation.
Yes, in fact, when I implemented the system, SpringShare didn't have the seat reservation. The seat reservation was introduced lately. But the SpringShare thing is commercial. So this is why I switched to free or open source system. I can now see there are questions in the, can you limit number of reservations a student can't make each day? No, we cannot. A student, for example, we limited the session to 2 hours. And the student can, for example, if he's coming from far away outside Beirut, and he wants to stay for 4 hours or for 6 hours, this is why it's open. We cannot limit the session. Can you attribute seat numbers automatically? In fact, there are no seat numbers because why? You can put seat numbers and you can force the student to go and select the seat. But the thing with Picktime is when you go and try to find availability, you need to go to every seat and check its availability. So this is it's a burden. For example, if you have 20, 30, 40 seats, they need to check 40 click to see if these seats are available. So this is why I switched into this scenario, having the availability in front of them. So when they go and enter the library, seats will be set, predefined by the librarian And you can, for example, remove chairs, put A4 paper on each table stating that this seat is for just to make sure that they have proper social distancing. So you can do it by seat, but I don't recommend. It's called AMICAL, yes. Okay, AMICAL, it's from SpringShare, but it's commercial, it's paid. This is why I didn't use it, because the trends, especially in Lebanon now, with budget cut, to go to free and open source software. What happened if someone answered the covered question with a response that, for example, say they have yes? If so, the librarian checking the answers, he or she has to send this survey to the health committee or to the nurse, and informing the nurse that we have this case, and the nurse will be contacting the student, asking him for further details about his health, about his special case, etc., etc. And in this case, he won't be admitted at the library. What happened if someone also? Okay.
So Omar,
Yes.
let me jump in here. So we're 10 minutes into this block. We can either answer. I think Nuruddin has one final question, then perhaps we can move on.
Yes.
Let me also say that for the recording, it's helpful if you read the question out, or if I do so, whatever you prefer, just so people that won't have access to the chat later on will be able to.
Yes.
I have a question as well.
Yes, let me answer Nuruddin. We cannot integrate this with Active Directory. This is free, and it's not. We cannot do it. And for Mohammed, does it have feature of showing library floor map? It has the ability to show the map, like a Google map, location of the library as an address, is not as a floor map. Yes, Eddie.
Yes, thank you, Omar. That was very useful. I wanted to ask you about the practicalities. So you book an area and you don't allow students to come in, and this area is only used by those who book a space, right?
Yes, true.
Yeah, okay. So my question is, could this be, and it's similar to what somebody else asked earlier, and I would really like to have students booking their laptop or booking a computer in the library, because we don't have many. So do you think that this can apply in this case? Or do you know of any other system that you can book computers in the library?
If they want to book computers, for example, you can use this system. And for example, you can catalog your computers on your library system. And
yes, we do that, yeah.
Yes, this is much easier.
Okay, so you catalog them then, and you just book a time with them. This is what you're saying, yeah?
Yes.
But using Picktime.
It's doable. It's doable on Picktime. You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I need to move. To the next system.
Just let me jump in here for another question, because there's one more question. Depending on how the timing is going to go, there's going to be a little bit of time for Q&A at the very end of the session. So hopefully, if we miss any questions, we'll be able to get to them then. And of course, Omar does not disappear after the session, and we're all going to be we can chat via Connect or email. So we're going to try and get to everyone's questions sooner or later. All right.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Go ahead, Omar.
Okay. Now another software greatly needed during pandemic is the one-to-one consultation. For example, for reference consultation, student, instead of coming to the library for asking the reference librarian or the circulation librarian or the public service librarian about research, about anything related to academic research, etc. We have another system. It's also from Picktime. I just want you to see that how customizable it is. I'm using also Picktime. It's free. Can accommodate unlimited number of consultations. It is customizable. It is integrated with Zoom and with Google Analytics. So at the end, you can use the report. We have a report tab in Picktime. You can use to see the number of consultation at the end of each month. for statistics, and you can use your Google Analytics to see how many people went to your page, etc., etc. So, and it is online.
So Omar, are you Are you trying to screen share? Because we're just seeing you, right?
You are not. Okay, wait.
Yes. Sorry. I stopped it earlier so we could chat during the Q&A. Sorry about that.
Yes, it's okay. Okay. It's the same concept. We have a welcome message, and in the welcome message you can put anything, explaining the service, explaining the software, telling our student how and why, and etc., etc. Again, you can customize the link. It's here. It's picktime.com/LEU libraries reference. You can put anything you want. Customize the welcome message. Same thing applies here. So you can go after closing the session, the welcome session. You will have this screen in front of you. You will have your librarian ready to answer your questions. In our case, currently we have 4 librarians, as you can see. It is customizable. You can put the picture of the librarian, the name. You can put also under each name the title of the librarian. But for student, it is not recommended to put the title of the librarian because some of the librarians might have the title of senior librarian, the other librarian. So student automatically will go to senior librarian for, you know, how they will be thinking about going to the most experienced librarian. So we saw that we don't need to put any title, just the name and the picture. The next, let's say I selected my colleague Nabil Badran. As you can see, we have something called advanced booking. The advanced booking can start 2 days. So I cannot book for tomorrow. I cannot book for today. I need to book for, today is Tuesday. I can book for Thursday. You can put instead of X 2, 3 days, 1 days, it is customizable. And I can open the online booking for 15 days. Also, it is customizable. For example, I need to book, for example, my colleague Nabil Badran is available on November 9. He's available at 11, at 4, and at 5 p.m. I can select the appropriate time and click on the tab. The screen will open, asking me to enter the information. Again, it's customizable. Here we have to put the first name, last name, email, department, campus, research topic, and even we have a booking note. As you can see here, we have a star next to each field, telling the student that this is mandatory field. He has to put the student information, and you can see here that it is customizable, mandatory, optional, etc. And the only thing the student can do is just click on book appointment, and voila, this screen will appear. Select your librarian. It's Nabil Badran, team member. This will appear for student, the date, the client. The client here is myself. And as you can see, I have did an integration with Zoom. It's free. And since we are using one-to-one consultation, we have only 2 participants in Zoom. It is unlimited. In Zoom, for example, if you go beyond 2 participants, it will be limited to 40 minutes. But when we use it just one-to-one, it's unlimited. So in our case, it's 1 hour. I don't think we need more than 1 hour to chat or to discuss a research topic with our student. And we have the option to book another appointment. Automatically, when this is done, an email is sent to the student. This is the email sent to student. As you can see, you have selected your librarian, the date, the time, and the meeting link. The meeting link will be saved in your email. You can just at the time of the session click at the link, and you will be joining the host, which is in this case is the librarian. By the way, using a free Picktime, using a free Zoom account, you have only 1 Zoom account, which is used by the group of librarians. If you have a paid Zoom account, it's much better. You can customize the Zoom account with each librarian. This is very helpful, but if you don't want to have a Zoom license, it's fine. Again, you need to use Microsoft Edge while using Picktime. It's much faster. Again, let's go back to questions and answers. Does it link to Google Meet? Yes, it is. Google Meet is in the integration page. Still, I'm waiting for WebEx.
Okay, thank you. That's great.
Usage statistics. It has a report. Picktime has a report. As I said before, it has a report tab. I didn't show you the admin interface of Picktime because I don't have really time to do this. But it has a report page. You can customize your report. You can export your report to Excel or CSV file. It's doable. And in addition to this, you can link your Picktime instance to Google Analytics, and you can go to your Google instance and get your data from there. Can it be integrated? No Blackboard. Didn't see any Blackboard integration. In fact, it's very easy for you. You can just go sign in, it's free, and you can go and browse the integration, browse the customization, and you can see everything. It's very easy.
For what it's worth, someone could use it in Blackboard. It doesn't integrate it in any meaningful way, right? That would just be the difference, right?
Yes, but it can be integrated with other systems. There is a list of systems in terms of calendar, in terms of video conferencing, in terms of analytics, etc., etc. You can browse the site and check all the integrations. I asked them for integration with WebEx because we are using WebEx, and they told me that it will be in the next update, hopefully. Any more questions before moving?
Shahida had earlier asked if study rooms can be booked in the first tool, which is the same tool, just used in a different way. I wasn't quite sure what you meant by that. But
yes, you can. Instead of doing room reservation or a reservation for of a space, you can customize and do a reservation for a room. It is doable. For example, instead of using LibCal from SpringShare, reserving room, reserving group study area, you can use Picktime. It's doable and it's easy. Okay.
Omar, last question. Can you do this, the slots like having a beginning time and an end time? So that students know it's like 15 minutes or 10-minute slots, etc., that they can book?
No, the slot is it can only integrate the beginning time. But at the beginning, if you can notice that in the welcome message, we had said that it is 1 hour.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the third one. Okay. Textbook exchange. Usually at LEU, every semester, at the beginning of every semester, we have this textbook exchange. We email students to come to campus. We have an area outside the library, which is booked all day, and students can come and exchange textbook, exchange books, exchange anything. So during COVID, we had this opportunity. We didn't have this opportunity to use the space, so we had to move online. Accordingly, I had to search for a system, and one of the system I tested and I found it very useful is it's called student to student. You can save time by checking the textbook online. It's the transactions are now done online. You don't need to come to the university. It saves cost of buying and selling textbook, share books with entire LU community, Beirut and Byblos. It's not only a space for Beirut and for Byblos, it's shared for both campus. and you don't need any space or any display space. And it can run all over the academic year. It's not, for example, it is just for this week of the beginning of the semester. You can keep it running all over the year, and encourage book exchange, and it is good for the environment. It is free.
Omar, are you screen sharing again?
Yes.
Do you need to be
Sorry,
screen sharing?
yes.
No worries.
Yes. Okay, back. So it's free online platform. It's free of charge, user-friendly. It has a mobile application. This is very useful, but concerning the mobile application, for some reason, it is working now with iOS. It's not working with Android. I don't know why. And the thing is, the good thing of this software is you can check your institution textbook availability. You don't have to go to other universities. I will show you this. This is the website. It's called studenttostudent.com. This is the main page. You have option. The first thing to do is to join. You have to join, to create an account. And there is a trick you have to do here while joining. Let me show you. When you want to join, when you click on join, you have to put your full name, the username, email, full name, username, email, password. You have to create a password. And the most important thing, you need to choose your institution. In this case, it is the Lebanese American University. And if you can notice, the address is New York and not Lebanon. I have checked all the universities using this system. All are located either in the States or in Canada. So we cannot use it if we are not in the States or Canada. But the thing is, I checked all the universities, and one of the universities is American University of Paris. So they put some address, one of the address in the States for using the system. And this is our case. So you can go, create, put your university, and if you have a contact in the States, put this contact just to bypass the system, and you are in. You have a referral, you have to put who told you about the system, etc., a friend, a colleague, Facebook, Google, etc., and you have to click sign up, and you are in. This is very important. I wanted to show you this screen because if you don't have your university listed, and I think none of AMICAL universities are listed here except for AUP and LEU. So you have to do this. You join. As you can see now, I have my own account. I have option either to sell books or to buy books. I have to move fast. This is how I want to sell my books. I go to the screen. I can scan my ISBN if I'm using my mobile, or you can just put your ISBN here, or you can put your title, and you click sell. You go to the next screen. This is my book, let's say. I can select whether it's new, it's barely used, it's used, heavily used. I can just say whether it's some of the pages are highlighted, yes or no. I can put any comment here, and I can go click next. This is very easy, very straightforward. I go next. You go to the next screen. Here you have three options. The option I can find very useful is the second one. It is the buyer contact seller. You can here put home phone, cell phone, email address. This is optional. This is how the buyer, when he is searching the system and search for the book, and he finds the book and he wants to contact you, he just click on your name and just to see whether he can contact you using email, cell phone, home phone, etc., etc. This is customizable. You click next. You go to the next screen. You want, of course, the text available to public. you can select when the text be available. For example, it is the end of the semester now, and I want to sell my book. I can put the date 2 weeks later, just to make sure that I want to sell it after I finish my semester, etc., etc. Selling the price, I can put the selling price here. For example, I put 10 here. You can put anything. This is in USD. You can just, for example, put your currency, 10 lira, 10 euro, 10 whatever. It's not important. The most important thing is when the buyer contacts you, you can agree on the price. And you can see here that there is a cash on exchange. And you click next. You can, for example, take some picture of the book and put it to show the buyer the condition of the book. You can also skip this, it's optional. And voila, this is the summary of my book I want to sell. I need to, I put a click here to saying that I want to sell my book, etc., etc. And at the end, voila, sell my book now. It is done. It's easy, it's up, it's public. Now I can search for the book. I want to buy a book. I go to buy books, for example, and I put the most appropriate thing here is to put the ISBN. It's very fast. And if you are using your mobile, it's very fast also. Just you can scan. You click go. You will have, as you can notice here, you will have a lot of hits, but since you are logged into your institution, you can see that the first hit is the one corresponding to your institution. For example, if you can see here, I have the $10. If I don't see any price here, meaning that this book is not available in our institution and I have to go search elsewhere. But if you see this means that this book is available. I click on view book details and you can see here, I need to contact the seller, Omar Farhoud. Payment method is cash. The price is $10. And when I click contact, I will be redirected to the screen, whether I can see the email, the mobile, or the home number. And this is it for now. I will stop here. I think we are running out of time. Any questions regarding this system?
So let me jump in because I've been blathering in the chat, which makes it a little bit hard to read. So Evie asked if it's for just books in print.
You can put any book. It should have an ISBN.
Yeah, it's probably more for print, yeah.
Yes.
And then Noor was wondering how selling happens during a pandemic. And that's what we're chatting about in the chat.
Yes. Yes, instead of coming to the university, they can meet outside the university and do the deal one-to-one instead of coming to the university.
Omar,
yes.
Do they have to pay through the system or can they pay cash?
Yeah, they pay cash. Yes, they cannot pay through the system. No credit cards.
I have a question, Omar.
Yes. Okay.
In the case of conflict, will they come to the university, or is this an independent transaction that does not involve our
no, it's you know, it is independent. They don't
student.
Yes.
It's student to student.
Yes, yes. It's called student-to-student.com, but we are trying as a library to facilitate this transaction.
So Bogdana is asking who prices the books?
You price the book. For example, you go to Amazon and you see the condition of your book, whether it's brand new, used, etc., and you check the price online, and you can negotiate the price. Usually, when you go and contact the student, it's very easy for them to decide on one price. It's very easy.
So Omar, when you say you put the price, or when you say local, It is local to the student. It's not local to the university.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, the university here is just facilitating.
Yeah. Okay.
Omar, is your university bookstore helping also with this, or?
We don't have a bookstore.
Okay.
This is why we have our open book day, our exchange day at every beginning of the semester.
I remember seeing when I visited your campus that there was then probably a bookstore.
We don't sell books. We don't have a bookstore in the library and in our university.
Okay.
It's outside. It's not LU.
Okay.
And Evie, how does the library promote this? We can promote this via our library website, and we can send emails at the beginning of the semester to all our students, encouraging them to use the system and to do the exchange. I think we need to move. Alex.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a couple more questions. I'm archiving them so we can get back to them if we have enough time at the end. So what I'm going to try and do now is I'm going to try and put folks in breakout rooms. Omar, do you want to be in a breakout room or do you want to stay out here and hang out for?
I will stay outside.
Okay, all right. So you'll go into a room and then I'll pull you right back out.
Okay, fine.
If you see it disappearing, Omar, that's what happened.
Okay, let me show you. I want to Alex, I need to show them the question.
Go for it.
Okay. In the group session, I need please to think about these two questions.
Omar, I love being in the group with you.
I won't be in the group, Evie.
Yeah, I wanted you to be. I have my favorite people in the room. Thank you, everybody. So lovely to see you, Fatmeh. Alex, lovely to see you. So, Omar, my question to you is.
Sorry, Evie.
Yes.
We haven't moved people into the breakout rooms yet, right?
Oh, come on! I thought you are the group, the people in my group.
No. Sorry. So we're just getting ready to do that. Omar is about to introduce the questions for the groups, right? And then I'll move you.
Okay, because I have an urgent question for Omar.
We'll come back at the end and we'll have a little bit of Q&A at the end.
Bye-bye
right?
now.
Go ahead, Omar.
Alex, they can see the questions, right? All the groups?
Yes.
Not only our group.
Yeah, I haven't done anything with the breakout rooms. We're all in the main room right now.
Okay. Please, these are the two questions. I need you please to think about these questions. And once we go back to the session, maybe one of you will have to just summarize and tell us what do you think. Just what do you need? What is the most urgent software you might need right now?
So sorry, Omar. Let's try and do this a step at a time, because so that we don't confuse people. So there's these two questions which I've also pasted in the chat, and folks will have access to the chat to refer to it while we're in the breakout rooms. So it's just these two questions. Just consider these, and then we'll come back and do a little debrief. And how we're going to do the debrief, I'll chat with Omar right now because we're a little bit running short on time. We may actually, I think, do it in the chat ultimately, rather than having. So does that make sense, Omar?
Yes, sure.
All right. So sorry, I interrupted you before. Do you want to? Was there anything else?
No, it's fine. I just make sure that they can see the screen.
Okay. All right. Let me recreate the rooms. So we're going to have. Okay, so there's going to be 4 people to a room, and we're going to give you 10 minutes to chat. So that's about, maybe 2 minutes per person. So just bear that in mind as you're having your conversation, to give other folks a little bit of time so they can participate as well. All right, so I'm going to pause the recording now. Sorry, folks. So I beamed you all back here. I hope you had a fruitful discussion. I hope that wasn't too short.
It was lovely.
It was lovely. Good.
It was enough.
Okay. Omar, do you want to sort of carry us through towards the end now? Let's do a little debrief maybe. Omar?
Yes, I think, Alex, do we have time to have a debrief? 1 minute for each group?
I meant the questions. We have 5 minutes left. If you want to do 1 minute per each group, we can try that, but I don't think we'll have time for the rest of this.
Let's go for the question. Let's go. We will be putting now in the chat one question. You will have 20 to 30 seconds to think about this. And in 30 minutes, I will tell you to hit the answer. Not now, just put it and be ready. You have 30 seconds.
You have a little bit of time. It may be helpful if you go ahead and type your response in the chat, but don't press enter just yet. When you're ready, just put a thumbs up like that, either with your actual thumb or using a reaction. So we know that people have responded.
I will try to take these answers and try to find something common about these, and maybe we'll share with you the answers. Okay, go.
Yeah, that issue of IT approval is always.
But I don't think you need partner approval.
So Picktime seems to be more interesting than student to student to most people.
Okay, let's
throw in another question. Oh, there's a few more people typing. Let's give them a bit more time. Right, so it does seem Picktime is the winner, if we're counting.
So let's move to the next question.
All right, so I pasted in the chat.
Okay, you have also 30 seconds to think about this, and don't type enter, don't hit enter. Keep it for 30 seconds. Just type the answer. This question is very important for me, just to see what what AMICAL institution need. Maybe we can find something common.
You mean open access software?
Yes, open access, free, etc.
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Hit enter, please. You know, every software to show available computer, this is very easy.
Yeah. Omar, tell me about it.
Later on, we will have a meeting.
Yes, we'll do. Yeah, we would love to see you later. Yes.
So it seems that folks are interested in Koha and what Evie just mentioned, which is showing available computers in the library. I'm not seeing any other responses.
Yeah, if anybody wants to talk about Koha, they can talk to us as well.
Yes, right. This is the main reason of this screen. So you will be putting your name or someone's name that you might see he has the expertise to be a contact for other AMICAL institution. So this, Alex, I think the link is now on the chat. This is the Google Doc. Please feel free to fill this and put the name that you find eligible to be contacted for software free, of course, free or open source. And this file will be shared among institutions as a reference.
Great.
Yes, so let me just add a point of clarification. So the idea is that you would add your own name, right? You wouldn't nominate someone else through this format. And the idea is we wanted to share this with folks. As we were talking with Omar about the meeting, we wanted to get a sense of what technical expertise is across the consortium, but only add your name here if you'd be willing to be contacted. As we say in the document itself, this is not intended to replace official support channels. We're not expecting you to be barraged with questions, but sometimes it's really helpful to just chat with a familiar face who's used the software in a similar context to yours. So this is what we're trying to do here. So if there is open source expertise that you have for your institution, any software that you administer, go ahead and add your name here. Not necessarily now. We're going to sort of send this out to meeting participants as well, so folks can do that after the meeting.
Okay, one more thing regarding questions. I think we can use AMICAL Connect platform for questions, so everyone can see the question and answers. It's the best place for us to share our questions.
Yeah, so that would allow folks that if Omar answers one of your questions, then other folks will be able to see it. So Omar doesn't have to answer the same question multiple times. Let's be nice to Omar. I think that's the what are we getting with? I posted the link to the announcement. Just you can go ahead and post underneath there. And for those of you who don't know, there's an interest group on AMICAL Connect for open source library systems. And if you go ahead and add yourself there, you'll be notified of events and initiatives related to open source library systems, such as this one, for example. Omar, what else? We're about 2 minutes over time, so perhaps we should think about wrapping up.
We are fine. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Alex. It was a pleasure for me. And I look forward to move exploring new systems, new software, free or open source. And I really would like to seek your help. What do you really want? What are your needs in your institution? We can share this, and we can end up, for example, having a system for all of us, because since it is free, so we can do it. It's doable. It's very easy. But I need to know from you, what do you really want? What do you really need? Especially now under the pandemic. So it's thank you very much for attending. It's always lovely to see you all, and looking forward for next time.